Hi, welcome to the Stuck in It Zombies. I'm Amy, also known as Janitma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And this is episode 54. Today is November. We haven't been saying the date lately, and it's probably because I can't remember what the date is. Yeah, don't ask. 1st, 8th, 15th? Is today the 15th? No. Okay. 14th. 13th? 13th. Again, very exciting. This is probably why we quit talking about the date at the beginning of the episode, because we could never remember, and then we spent a lot of time talking about it.
I have the issue of that I ate a nice meal, and then I decided to start Jillian Michaels' 30-day shred. What? 20 minutes of, intense cardio after you've eaten? I still feel nauseous. I am getting better.
Good. It's very sobering, this podcast.
Yes.
I think I'm ready to go right into the administratia, or I don't remember how you said it, because we've got a lot to talk about.
It's wrong.
Administrati.
Yes.
There we go. Administrati. Crazy KL.
Yes.
Going on. The amazing Amy Beth, the Fat Squirrel Speaks, sent us these wonderful pins. Mine is actually munching on a brain.
Mine's just chilling.
Yeah, he's just chilling. I mean, it's got brain coming out of its mouth, so it's already been zombified.
Yep.
Very great color, by the way,
Yes.
Amy. Love it. And we started a thread last week about the craziest yarn that you own and how it came to be yours. And so Amy and I decided to bring our and show off our crazy yarn this week.
Okay.
And then I'll close down the thread probably next week, and we'll do a drawing based on the pictures that are out in the thread. Just because crazy, I don't know, there isn't really an end point for the crazy for some folks, right? I mean, I can't remember who it is that was out on the thread and was like, cast on 5 things all at once, finished them all, going back to being monogamous.
Yeah.
End of story.
Yeah.
So she was crazy for a short stint. And
Done being crazy.
Done being crazy. And again, I told Amy, I was like, I don't know that I'm going to be crazy. I might be crazy in a different way throughout the 2 months, but I don't know that I'm going to be crazy the whole 2 months.
Yeah, that initial crazy might wear off.
Yeah. Yep. That, and it'll just, like I said, can't cast on all the things for 2 months, or it would be a crazy KL for a year.
Yes.
Finishing it up. So, do you want to continue knitting, or do you want to show your crazy yarn?
I can show my crazy yarn.
I
do want to continue knitting, but
my crazy yarn. See, monogamy's not that bad. You want to continue knitting. It's Rainbow Classic brushed yarn, Joanne's Sensations. Look at that. I believe it's bulky. It's as big as my head. And it's 11 ounces, 615 yards. Some quality yarn. And how it came to be mine is I did go through a short stint where I was buying yarn based on the price per yard. That, and I really like it. It's blue and red, and it's got some pops of yellow and purple in it. I'm thinking of making and casting on, as part of the crazy, a 10-stitch blanket out of it, because my kids fight over the one blanket that I have knit. So, crazy yarn.
my crazy is all the mohair. So anything with 70% or more mohair. So this, I have 2 colors of this. Wasn't a bad price at the time, I thought, but then, I made like one thing out of mohair and everything else stayed in a bag for all this time. And then this is like rainbow. Mohair.
How did the other mohair come to be in you just thought you'd do something with it?
Well, yeah, there was a couple patterns out there where you mixed it with, regular wools and you made like pillows and, household item type thing. I don't know what possessed me.
It was crazy.
And again, I made one thing, and granted, it wasn't out of this. It was probably more out of like one of these, a one ball. right? And then I made that one thing, and I thought it looked so pretty, and it still looks pretty. It's a pillow. But I never really wanted to knit with it again. So there it is. And it's been out on my for sale D-Stash page, so if anybody's like, are you kidding me? I love mohair. Call me, PM me. We can make it. We can make
Amy's
this happen.
Crazy Yarn hotline. Just dial 188 Crazy Yarn now for your crazy yarn.
And basically, if nobody calls me on it before the chance, I am eventually planning on using this as a core in some core spinning. So it will not go to waste if you don't want it. It's gonna find a new purpose in my new hobby. And I'm excited about that. As soon as I thought it could be my core in core spinning, I was yeah, that.
Back in love with it again.
Well, yeah, it wasn't a waste anymore. I saw a use for it, and I was gonna do it.
The embarrassing thing about that rainbow buckle or whatever, how do you say that, boucle? Or whatever it is I have several other colorways of it that I probably could have brought out and showed you just how crazy I really am. But instead I just chose that nice bright red and blues and purples and stuff. Also in our administrati,
Just say ministry, whatever you say.
Odds and ends.
Yeah.
Just call it odds and ends. We have such an exciting announcement. I'm so excited about this announcement. So I am going to put down my knitting because I'm so excited about it. I'm going to grab the little info sheet. So, announcement time. Kids, gather round. So Amy and I have kind of been shopping indie dyers, and I always laugh about indie.
I wasn't sure which big announcement you were going for because there's so many, but okay, I'm ready.
Bring it down. Okay.
Very exciting.
Indie, when I look at indie, sometimes I think, are they from Indianapolis? And I'm like, no, they're not that kind of indie dyer. They're an independent dyer. And one of I love indie dyers. I love their color sense. I love their beautifulness of the skeins. But most of the time, when you go look at it in Etsy, there's only one or two skeins. So you can't get sweaters quantity. So Amy and I, on your behalf, let's just put that in quotes, in your behalf, have been talking to indie dyers about possibly putting together an Amy colorway and a Megan colorway, and make it available in sweaters quantity, do a pre-order, and then we could have a KAL. So the wonderful, magnificent Marigold Jen is going to do a pre-order of an Amy colorway and a Megan colorway, which we will have for you to physically look at next week, starting the Wednesday after we record next week. So that'd be the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And it will go for 3 weeks or until she runs out. It'll be 8 p.m. Eastern that Wednesday following to December 12th. So that's the 3-week mark. And you can get one skein. You can get as many skeins as you need for a sweater. If you just want to knit the Megan colorway in a hat, perfectly fine for the KAL. In fact, you don't even have to get the Megan colorway or the Amy colorway to be involved in the Marigold Jen KAL. Sorry, just going over all the bases here. So there's 2 bases while we're talking about bases. There's a fingering superwash BFL, which has 438 yards, and a worsted superwash merino that has 218 yards. And the BFL is $20 a skein, and the worsted is $18. But she's going to be providing very generously a 10% off discount on everything in her shop, not just those bases. So there's 35 skeins of each base in each color. So that's going to be 70 Amy colorway available and 70 Megan colorway available if you did the math, which I bet you can.
And I'm pretty sure these will go good together if you wanted to buy both.
Yeah. I'm planning on buying both because I love them both. So the pre-order again will go from November 21st till December 12th, and then she's hoping to have them all shipped by date February 1st. So then we'll have a March, April.
KAL.
April flowers, Marigold Jen.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm just shooting from the hip here. And again, next week we will actually physically have the beautiful skeins to show you our colorways. So for now, there's this teaser. You don't quite get to see the beautiful colorways yet, but that is exciting. Exciting to me. Do you want to do dis or dat?
Sure. Let's get that.
That's
going.
exciting as well.
Yes. So dis or that this time is going to be for little one mitts. So kids, toddlers, young people. A lot of these patterns go up into the young person, and they're pretty nice. So we
have a screamer. He normally gets himself back to sleep. Let me just walk in front of the camera and silence the. Okay, I can go over and check. Sorry about that.
So I'm going to. This is Georgie. What it was?
Hallam, H-A-L.
Yes, Hallam.
Holland.
Hallam.
Yeah, Hallam.
Otherwise known as Tiki. She had designed the Milo tank top that many people have knit, and it's very popular out there. But I am looking at the unisex or dual sexes patterns of Fratello and Squirrel. So I'm trying to get a close-up of these. Squirrel.
Very cute, cabled, short sleeve pullover.
And, yeah, so that's this one.
And this one is the, I don't know how to say it, Undina and L-I-R, Lear.
Yeah, so Undina is the girl one, and Lear is the boy.
And again, a circular yoke with some cable detail running down. And Amy, I believe you pointed out that the girls is belled and the boys is more of a fitted. And this is Elena Nodal, who is Andomina?
I think so.
Very bad at the pronunciation sometimes.
Yeah.
So we'll open a thread, and we'll have where you can vote for dis or dat. And then 2 weeks after the voting commences, is it 2 weeks? Yep. Then we'll draw for prizes.
Yeah, we'll be having 2 weeks. Yeah, whenever that is. So get in there and vote early.
Next week is Thanksgiving, the following week. So the week after Thanksgiving.
Week after Thanksgiving. Okay. And I wanted to mention that Tiki has already generously given us a coupon code, and it's already active. And I haven't been able to get a hold of her as to when it expires, so I want to give it to you right now. It is 20% off anything in her shop, patterns, with the coupon code ZOMBIES. Just zombies. No upper, lower, whatever, just zombies. And I sorry.
Zombies.
Okay. And I used it to buy this pattern this afternoon, so I know it works.
Okay.
And thank you very, 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 very much, Tiki. Tiki Knits, or Georgie. Yeah. So, and I have been trying to talk to Elena about getting us a discount, but she's very busy in the midst of test knitting like 3 or 4 different sweaters. So I don't know when I'm going to be able to actually get something, but I'll keep trying until I get a no. Like I have no answer right now. So until she actually says, no, I don't want to do that, I'll keep trying. See if I can get us a coupon. One thing, if you do go out and click around on her patterns and you do like them, she is also an indie dyer. She does a lot of test knits because she test knits every single size at least twice. So she usually has 2 or 3 people knitting each size.
And she does adult sizes too, because that's fairly easy in a child size. Not in, I guess, in adult size it seems almost insurmountable to me. But as in child size is a little easier.
Yes. Well, she doesn't physically do it herself. She hands it out to people. But
this still seems like, oh gosh.
But if you really are interested in her design, she's very prolific, and she offers you a discount code on her yarns if you test knit for her. And also, if you enjoy her patterns, every once in a while they'll have a pattern co-op where everybody goes in, and the more people that go in to buy the patterns, the cheaper the patterns get. So last time I went in on one, I got 25% off her patterns. So I bought a book. She does a lot of ebooks. Just groupings of her patterns. Anyway, that's enough. Again, I do like this pattern. I mean, Milo is so popular. It's so stinking cute. And so now you can get it for 20% off, or you can try one of her other patterns. So again, thank you, Georgie. And I think that...
and this is very nautical themed. Like, didn't
yes.
It was by the Sea collection? Or
yeah, there's a whole book in here where they've had hats and little pants and skirt. I mean, this goes with a whole collection that has a lot of different pieces to it. And I'm sure the ebook makes each pattern cheaper.
Mm-hmm. Still hear baby whining, but
back.
Did you hold your breath? Because I bet it didn't take long for you. And so last, but certainly not least, I released my pattern today. So this is the For Good hat, which you have seen multiple times in multiple different colors with the Pymatunig buttons. I can wear the big green one while I'm talking about it. Although this one is clearly mine, that green, with that green. And I wanted to share the story and also let people know that I plan on kicking off the cowl like now. So if you want to knit along, I'll be drawing for prizes. I'll open a thread at the end of December. So, because I think it's a great, hats are such great Christmas presents, and they're such quick knits that, and the button gives it a nice way to individualize it. So this one has a hickory button in honor of my sister, because shagbark hickory was her favorite tree. And there's baby again. Maybe I shouldn't have turned the monitor back on. He's just fussy for some reason.
I don't even know what I'm doing.
Just turn it down. Yeah, there you go. She either turned it down or turned it up. One of the two. So if you weren't a viewer last year around the November time frame, we had an episode for Melly, and I explained that my sister passed away in 2007 from pulmonary embolism, which is blood clots in the lungs that we believe, my family and I strongly believe, was caused by the birth control that she was taking. And so I wanted to be able to do something to honor her and also do some good with it. So For Good came about, as well as she, a couple of weeks before her death, went to New York City and saw Wicked, which has the song For Good in it. And I can talk about it, like, you know, I have conversations probably, you know, many times weekly, I wouldn't say once a day, about my sister's death and how it has affected me. And it doesn't really hit me until I start thinking about, I know that she's gone, right? But doing things for her or doing something to honor her, like this hat, is hard because it reminds me of another way that I'm missing her, I guess. I can't knit things for her. I didn't knit when she was alive, and so I've never been able to knit something for her. And so the story behind the hat is I'd really like to be able to knit a hat for her and give it to her and say, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And then along with that, all of the proceeds from this hat are going to be donated to the National Women's Health Network. And they strive to help keep unsafe medical devices and medications off of the market. So they do a lot of lobbying. They have a really good rating as far as a charity. I did a lot of legwork to make sure that not only is this a cause that is similar to something that we believe caused my sister's death, but also they're good. They are good charity. They don't just frivol away the money. And they also do other policies, support other policies that are good for women, like healthcare coverage or getting, mammograms covered at an earlier age if they believe that that will help screen cancer sooner. Things like that, where it's a women's slant on healthcare.
So, are we going to mention this slightly higher risk birth control that Melissa was on?
She was taking yes, and so you've probably seen the commercials if you've had a loved one, or it's got a different hormone in it than a newer hormone in it, and so if you're on it, I would strongly suggest that you talk to your medical professional about the reasons why you should be on it and the fact that it has a higher risk of blood clots than any other birth control out there. And so with that, we have the For Good. I don't know that there's anything else that I wanted to talk about. All of the proceeds, not just for November, December, will go. So I probably won't write them a check every month, obviously, but as money comes in, everything other than the Ravelry fees and the PayPal fees will be going to the National Women's Health Network, so NWHN. And whether nobody buys it or everybody buys it, or nobody knits along or everybody knits along, my sister would just be so honored to know that 1,000 of my closest knitting friends just got to hear her story, and that if she could save anybody's life, if anybody, hears this and has a candid conversation with their medical professional about their birth control and the risks that are involved with it, so that her death would not be in vain. So with that, again, I would love to be able to offer a coupon code, but because the proceeds are going to charity, it will be 443, and I don't believe I will be creating a coupon code for it anytime in the future. So For Good hat for my sister Melly. Love you dearly, sweetie. All right, on that note, do you have any works in progress? Sorry.
I have one.
Goodness sakes, can you believe that? That's crazy. I heard rumor you had a finished sleeve.
I have a sleeve, and it's a full-length sleeve.
I told her to make it shorter.
She did.
I totally tried to talk her into it. She's like, I already have one done.
So, I mentioned it out on the boards, but what I had done to this sweater that changed its fit is that I was going along with the fabric on twos in the yoke, or just the decorative garter stitch, and then you're supposed to switch to a size 6, 2 to a 6. Mm-hmm. Big gap, big jump for me. And with the yarn that I chose, I didn't like the fabric at all. So I kept it with 2 all the way down, but it had so much positive ease, I figured, what the heck, I'll just keep it the same size. So my olive is very fitted. So it kind of blouses a little up here, but otherwise it's very like...
And the wool-mice, it blooms, so it'll be a little looser.
Yeah, and it's superwash, and so it should get a little bit bigger. And I don't mind the fit at all. Actually, I'm okay with it. I just, when I keep looking at the pattern, my brain forgets that mine doesn't have that much positive ease in it. And then I try it on, and I go, oh yeah. And lately I've been trying it on a lot to get to make sure the sleeves were, perfectly long, and I didn't want them to be even a smidge short. I wanted them to be to this wrist part of your wrist right here. That's like my favorite length. So I wanted to make sure it was there, and I kept trying it on and on and on. So I think I am good. But yes, the sleeves kill. And so I'm like, okay.
I tried to be very supportive and hold my tongue last week when she was, and didn't say anything on air, but then we were sitting here afterwards and kind of chitty-chatting like we normally do, and I was like, oh my god, monogamous sleeves are like the death of me.
Well, and then, you know, it dawned on me as I was finishing it that I have knit knee-high socks.
I've only knit knee highs for a child, so.
Woohoo!
If your legs ever get cold, you could take your
So look
top
at that.
off.
I mean, like, that is a lot of finger weight knitting right there. So I got one sleeve done and a smidgy bit on the second. So that night took an entire evening and plied some yarn. Now, granted, I'm not done plying that yarn because it's a lot of yarn, but I spent an entire evening like where I didn't work on this and I just plied yarn. So there's that.
I had a shame FO. I was like texting with Rista1313. Hi, Susan. And I'm like, I'm really embarrassed. I am the crappiest KLer of all time. But I have finished what we set out to knit together. So it smells like wonderful wet wool in my house.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't even have to get that close. Yeah.
So this is still wet. But and this color, it was the Unjennifer at the retreat had William Morris, which is kind of a reddy color. It turned the garment bag that I put it in like red.
Oh,
it's a lot of color leaked out of this yarn.
I had something that turned one purple.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember which of my purple sweaters.
So absolutely love it. Need to buy some buttons. Gonna go button shopping with Amy and 4 Kitties Have I. Hi Melanie. You're gonna see this after you actually see us in real life.
Ginny's.
Did I say? Well, how am I saying it?
You keep saying Jenny's. It's Ginny, like Ginny Weasley.
Like Virginia.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Jeannie Weasley.
Okay. I'm saying it wrong. Because that's what I do.
Well, but I think you typed it to me and you said Jeny, and I'm like, if you look that up in the phone book, you would confuse everybody because it's not there.
Oh, really?
It's G.
Okay.
I-N-N-Y. Sorry.
Anyway.
If you're in Rochester and you're looking for the button store, it starts with a G.
Maybe Melanie Googled it as well and was like, what the hell is she talking about? She's going to take me to a store where they have a wall of buttons with this mythical name. But I'm totally excited about that. So I'm going to get buttons for this and the low tide and my daughter's Adiz, because I put little buttons or little loops on her Adiz, and my Rocky Coast. So I've got a lot of buttons.
That'll be fun.
It'll be fun because Ginny always has a really great time. But I don't think I really modified it much. I can't remember now. Did I modify it at all? I don't think. Other than the buttonholes. Nope. That was it. Really quick, super fun knit.
And apparently she was like, wee, I'm going to fly through it.
It's mindless stockinette, and that tends to take me through John Stewart, and I've been not as polygamous as I was the previous week, not previous.
Next week she'll have another sweater done. You'll be like, shame, shame. You haven't been polygamous.
Well, I gravitate, believe it or not, this is going to shock you, to the cardigans. The socks are kind of like,
no, really, you?
Yeah, requisite row, done. Now I can knit on the cardigan again. I don't know why. I mean, I don't hate socks, and the socks that I'm knitting are very interesting. I gravitate to the sweaters. Mm-hmm. And it's not even the weight of yarn, because my other one is a sport weight, which is pretty similar to the fingering weight. Anyway. Blathering, wet wool, want to get it off, love it, but don't want to have it on me for too much longer, but that's what it looks like in the back, and there's the nice little kind of pucker. Mm-hmm. And I'll probably, once I get the buttons on, I might show it again. Just to show you the buttons, not necessarily talk about it this much.
Yeah, you'll have to tell us how the Rocky Coast with your new button.
I might do like a modeling session or something. There you go. All right, more works in progress. Sorry, I was like, and now it's your turn to talk. Oh, wait. I have lots to talk about. So
I have no FOs. I have one whip.
This is going very fast as well. I had another shame email to Kiki, like, I'm already to the armholes of my palm to pen out of the Plucky Knitters Primo Sport. And oh my goodness, the hand, this is, I could honestly say, that has the best hand that I've ever knit with. The base, I love the base. Slap of the base is 75 to 25. So 75% merino, 20% cashmere, 5% nylon.
We'll have to see the Plucky Knitter cashmere that you get, if that is just that much better, or if this is still the favorite.
And the lace repeat just like lures me in. So I had like a 2 a.m. in the morning moment with this where I was like, oh my God, husband went to bed, and how did it get to be 2 o'clock? Just enjoying knitting it. And also shared with Kiki, and she said she laughed out loud, that I feel like I might get arrested in public when I wear this for feeling myself up, because it's just so soft. Like, it's gonna be like that blankie we were talking about that you keep in your pocket, but it's gonna be like all over me, and someone will be like, ooh, they're gonna be like, lady, that is not allowed in public. But yep, after this will be some sleeves, but it's again the same lace.
Addictive pattern, right?
Yeah, lace repeat. I just love the way it is working up. It's so pretty. So there's that. It will not be done by next week. Promise. Made you a promise, Frodo. These are my husband's socks. I'm thinking about calling them I love you this much. How much do I love you? I love you this much. Look at this, huge. I mean, it's even big on my hand. It's not even a mitten. It's like, so yeah. This is out of Marigold Jen, her BFL base fingering. Not the 100% superwash, but the nylon. It has nylon in it, so it's very sock-ish. Love the pops of color. Just doing a kind of things are V'ing from this angle type thing. Where's my other one? We're V'ing from the middle. Might write up the pattern, might give it away for free. Stay tuned. It's not all that complicated, and I like it. But again, not a whole lot of, I told Amy I just took this to work with me to force myself to knit this instead of the cardigan. And then last but not least, I don't remember how much was on this. I've knit on these this weekend, so I'm almost ready for the Afterthought heel of the Vanilla Bean socks that slipped a little bit. And again, I don't know if other Vesper lovers just live with it or if I've gotten some bad skeins, but not a big fan of the white spots where they didn't get dyed in between the color changes. They just stick out to me. And I know like a non-knitter would look at these and not see it at all, but I'm like, doo, doo, doo. That's my Windows 8 combination. If you showed a picture of this sock, I would be like, doot, doot, doot. And that would how you would unlock it. Have you seen those commercials? Yeah. Like, doot, 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 whoop. That's my combination. And I'll knit on these now.
And a knitter might guess, but they'd still have to get the doots in the right order.
Yep, they would. Doot, doot. And the circle at the end. Because nobody makes circles at the end. So those are my works in progress, and as I mentioned, might cast on a 10-stitch blanket if I'm feeling like I'm cheating again. Also have my socks that I need to cast on for the wonderful DP Temple, who was the winner of our birthday raffle for my wool mice.
Yes, and I have Alaska Mama. And we've picked out a lefty out of wool mice, and it's going to be beautiful. She's already picked out the color she wants. I think it's purple. I have the conversation saved, so I will, once I've gotten through something, be able to start that. But again, we're through the crazy. The goal is to get to 0. If I get to 0, casting on Lefty immediately. So, and probably 20 other things, but
let's not go there.
Let's not go there. Because I want that beatnik. I want to start. I found the perfect yarn in my stash for the beatnik, and now I want to cast on with Ooh Fancy Pants.
And Hollywood Knitter.
Yes, and Hollywood Knitter. Yes.
And right. Moi, that will be going on in 2 weeks here, right? No, next week is Thanksgiving. Yep. It's Thanksgiving. So yeah, maybe I won't cast on the blanket because I'll be casting on another cardigan that will get all of my love. All my loving, I will send to you. All right, I think we're to that wonderful time where we talk about enabling.
Yes.
I've been hoarding my enabling.
Oh yes, that's right.
So last week I did a dramatic reading of poetry rather than talk about my enabling. So I have some HD yarns, which you may have heard of on the Fat Squirrel Speaks.
Yoink!
This was one of those where she talked about it. You go out to the shop and they say that they're not going to have any until the end of October. And so like I had it like I kind of remembered, and then somebody plurk enabled me. It was a drive-by plurk enabling. And I was like, oh wait, I remember HD. And so this one is kind of a funky, different stripes and some really bright jewel tones. And they come in 2 skeins, so you can work them the same direction. Although my luck, I'd probably grab the wrong end, because when you put it on your ball winder, you're going to have to figure out which way it's striping. This one is more of even stripes, but the color changes. Like one stripe stays constant, and then it changes color, and then the one that was constant now changes to another type. Swippy swap, and I don't even my brain doesn't even want to try to understand how they do that. I know, I've kind of wanted to, what does the pin say? Mustache? Mustache, like mustache. I can't even say it like, it's like playing that card game where you're trying to say that reminds me of my sister too. Do you remember that card game? Where you say the words on the card aloud and it's actually like a song lyric or somebody out there screaming. Mad Gab! Yeah, we played that when she was in college and we'd go down for the football games. But yes, mustache. M-U-S-T, must, stash, S-T-A-S. S-H. S-T-A-S-H, yes. Daughter's doing spelling words, so I'm doing better at memorizing those sort of things. And then this is my first Desert Vista Dye Works, which you'd think, since I am a stripe crack junkie, that I would have more of it. But this is the Jacarandas. Jacarandas. I want to say Jakarta, but it's not Jakarta. It's Jacarandas Down Under. And it's a 3 striping, self-striping, so it's the black, the purple, and that green that slays me. So I think this was, these are pretty close to Stalking the Zombies colors. So I got it in self-striping and variegated. And these were the November colors of the month. And she picks like 4 colorways. No, there's more than that. Maybe there was just 4, but there was like a Christmas wreath, and you submit photos, and then she does colorways based off of them. Okay. One of them was a 16 stripe Dia de la Muertes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was, and it's got pinks and blacks and like all of the Day of the Dead type colors. Almost bought that, but I'm like, must resist. But anyway, if you buy them early, so you buy them, she puts them up, and you there's like the pre-order in October, you get them at a discount. So both of these came at a discount, but I could not pass up the.
Can't believe you didn't buy the Day of the Dead one, man.
I guess I didn't realize that it was 16 stripes at the time, but thank you, Susan. This yarn is beautiful. I'm trying to rein myself in. I think other people like emotionally eat and I emotionally buy yarn, which is worse for my pocketbook but better for my waistline, if that makes any sense. So like, feel like crap, need some hugs, yarn will do it. Yarn to the rescue. So I think that that's why this time of year I need yarny hugs to come in the mail, and that is why I buy a lot of yarn. But then we also had our package from Amy Beth. Correct. Yep. So we got some, this is an ornament that will proudly be put on, she said it was disturbing, but on my on my tree. It kind of looks like a Christmas pickle.
Oh,
I think you could go like, your Christmas pickle grew a tail. But no, it's a zombie eating squirrel. And then some very funny, crazy faces cards, which my kids will adore. And I loved this artist, Amy. So it was very, Amy Beth, it was very fitting that you sent them our way. And it was just so adorable in their little packages. They were like, I just could line them up, right? Like, oh, here's the little square one. Here's the box. What they were, you know, identically wrapped for us. It was very cute. Mm-hmm. And then on the outside there was you didn't get to see this, a little squirrel eating some brain.
Oh, nice.
Saved it off the packaging. Thank you, Amy Beth. You rock. Yes. Yes. And the pen.
Zombie squirrel power. Yes. Activate.
Is that the official hand sign of the... Could you do it again if you
I believe that was Ross and Rachel, right?
And then you did something else.
I did, didn't I? You can watch the instant replay. That's the sign.
Yep.
If you ever see us and Amy Beth in the same place, you'll have to just...
Zombie squirrels unite! Beam me up. Okay.
You know, okay, so I have a little bit of... oh, wait, I have to do enabling.
Yes.
Sorry.
She bought things.
Focus. I did buy a thing.
That.
So this is more fiber. I have been on such a fiber thing lately. I need to stop buying all the things. So this was part of Cloud Lover Birthday. So
it's 29% off?
Yeah, 29% off. So I got 2 of the same color, and this is Tesla Coil. How can you not love that name? And the colors are beautiful.
Smoky. It's a smoky eye all over again.
Yep. So I love those, and it's enough to do, you know, a bigger project. So I'm excited about that. And then this one I could not resist. It was Jazz Hands. Jazz Hands. But it's really cool. It's got like green and blue and pink, and I don't know. I really like it. Just a very fun color. That, and it's called Jazz Hands. So,
Amy is not susceptible to colorway names in the least.
Tesla Coil? Come on, please. I had to buy it. But, yeah, and that's it. And I have tried to be very good. I am still awaiting our lovely cashmere, so I'm like...
I am too, from Cookie Knitter.
So as soon as that arrives, I'll be good. I'll be like, okay, we're good. And I have to behave before Christmas. I really have to behave before Christmas. Because I'm trying to figure out what my family needs to buy for me. And what I've come up with so far is something where I feel like I should be able to shop around and buy cheaper, so I don't really want to tell them about, you know... But it's a bulky plier for my wheel. And I have been noticing that since the bulky woolly winder came out, a lot of people are destashing their woolly winders. And so I've just been watching the destashes happen, looking for the right price. I've offered Froggy Monkey some for hers, but I think she's still deciding.
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure.
Librarian eye.
But I think that I might start making other offers, but it'll be the same price that I offered Amy. I'm pretty much stuck on that. It's either that or I'll just get the whole kit and caboodle from my husband for Christmas or something.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'll probably mention Loopy Goo gift cards, because those are the gift that keep on giving.
Yeah, I was thinking of changing where I got mine from, like Mr. Yarn or something.
Oh yeah, they do
instead.
gift cards too.
Yeah. I might change it this year. Like I got Loopy U in the past a lot, and it's really cool. But my one from my birthday or Christmas last year is still sitting in there. $94, people. That is some serious resistance, right?
Yes. You just really haven't found the right thing.
I know. It really is. Like you end up buying, like I usually end up putting like a bunch of random stuff in my cart and going, no, and I take it out because I'd rather have like one serious purchase, but I haven't been having anything that's a need for a meaningful purchase. Like I have the yarn to knit that or this or the other. I have it. It's already sitting there, and it's beautiful, perfect colors, and I don't have to search any further than my own stash. So,
yes,
I've been
I have
having
the stash
trouble
guilt.
spending.
Lots of beautiful yarns in my stash, not getting the love.
But I also like having the money sitting there because it's this emergency. Oh, the white dot has happened again.
Now I've got a new one to go doot, 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 on.
That one looks like it's on the back, though.
Yes, it is. It's not the pebbledy front. I have made that mistake on these socks too, by the way, and had to go back. Started doing the slips on the back and then realizing,
Oh, wait. You're like, oh. Because that's when the color changed was on the back.
Mm-hmm. And that's not when you start slipping. Anyway.
But that's all I had. Although so I was gonna like spring something on you this time.
I don't know if I'm up for it.
No, it's not. I mean, we've probably jokingly talked about it a lot, but I just thought I'd throw it out there for our viewers to speculate. I am so jealous of knitting in the mitten. Oh,
yes,
so jealous. I'm like, okay, what's it take to do a retreat? And how can I get all these people to come to Minnesota? So that's my and go. I really want to do it. But yeah, it's a lot of work, and it was like making my head dizzy, swim. Like you can't, once you start thinking about it, it's really hard to stop thinking about it because it just grows.
I don't know what my standard excuse is going to be after Thanksgiving and Christmas, but right now it's like, let's put a pin in that until after the holidays.
A Bolt. Have you been watching Bolt lately? Stick a pin in it.
Yeah, just stick a pin in it, and we'll talk about it come January.
But so like my big question to people, because my head keeps spinning out of control on different ideas, and one that I have that like I can't let go of, but I want to let go of, is an all-day bus trip to yarn hop around the cities. And does that sound like fun, or does that sound like misery? Like sitting on a bus all day, going to like 10 yarn shops, and then back to the hotel after.
But like the bus that you priced out was like a pretty posh bus.
Oh yes,
right?
It's a mega bus. It's got like TVs and plug-ins and bathrooms, and I mean it's a nice cushy coach bus.
Yeah.
It's not a school bus or anything. It's not uncomfortable.
And I think I haven't been as gung-ho about that part of what you're talking about, because I'm remembering when I was taxiing you and
other folks
Jana
around.
Zane, around, and we were going to all the stops, but I was having to drive in between. You didn't have to drive, and you could just sit and talk and
knit.
Knit and get to we're at a new shop. I think then I'd be totally cool with it. Mm-hmm.
But again,
so if I had the experience that you had when I was chauffeuring you around.
Right. But again, I mean, to me it feels like a logistical nightmare in the sense that, okay, everybody has to get back on the bus, because if we leave anybody, how do you go back and pick them up, and then my brain just explodes. Mm-hmm. So, that was kind of like, oh my god, that sounds like the most amazing day ever, or, I could skip it. So, you weigh in. And, that's it. Like, my brain goes crazy on that every, 3 days since knitting in the mitten.
I'm insanely jealous.
Since the announce of people, getting excited about it. So, for probably a month now.
Insanely jealous. They got to play Cards Against Humanity, which I forgot to bring to... Hi, you thought you'd come say hello?
Holy cats, yeah.
I forgot to bring to our retreat, which I think would have been extremely fun. We would have played that instead of getting to finally talk about politics.
Oh, yes.
Oh, so much fun. Hey, thanks for coming and saying hello. So yeah, that's out there now.
But that's, like, that, and, you have to hit the weird sweet spot of, like, nothing else to do, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of fiber festivals.
There's a lot of stuff.
Lots of stuff.
In the calendar. Or somebody has, like, a handy-dandy link to everything calendar. I would love that.
I want it graphical, though. I don't know. I mean, I guess I can look at, like, the links to all of the different ones, but I know, like, there's Camp Kip, and there's just tons of them.
Right, and there'll be Sock Summit, and our yarn over is at the end of April, which is big for us, but it's only a one-day thing.
Sorry, Max has a stink butt.
Oh.
You have to go, sweetie. I'm sorry. Go clean yourself.
Somebody just recently went to the litter box.
Oh, sorry. We can edit that out. Okay. Well, we've had our ups and our downs in this episode. If you can't laugh after you cry, then what can you do? Thanks for joining us. Yep. We'll see you next week, which I'm going to try to finagle into earlier so that I can get this uploaded before we're heading down to Thanksgiving festivities. But
okay.
We shall see. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, Ukta.